Hello, welcome to Keepers of the Flame. I am Makita Kane, your host today, and we have a wonderful show lined up for you today. It's about Native Americans, and our special guest today is Miss Georgie Jessup. This is a very special episode for me because I am part Cherokee Indian myself. On my father's side, my grandmother is Cherokee Indian, and she actually told me stories of when she used to live on Indian plantations and how things were, how they had to crawl into the little teepees and cook the food. But even though there was like no windows and they only had a door to let in and out light, she said it was like the best food she ever tasted. So I was just so fascinated about her stories, and to have a person that's live and in touch with that culture here today, and I can learn so much. It's just really exciting. So stay tuned. It's going to be a really great show.
Back to the hills, going back to the heart of everything, going back to the heart. So just come in with you all sing now, okay? You're going back to the heart, back to the heart, back to the heart of everything. Going back to the heart, back to the heart, back to the heart of everything. So, I got like little sixth graders that I sing for, and man, they drown me out. So I know you guys can drown me out. It's real simple. And you know what? Are all these your girls?
They're her girls.
Oh,
Your girls?
Well, they're not all her children, but she's.
yeah, they're her friends.
They're your friends. They're all your friends.
They're all Dan. Well, Danielle is the fashion designer at this time.
Oh, okay.
And she designed all these outfits.
Yeah. Some of that. One of the things I was talking to your mom about was that, you have Cherokee blood in you. And it really doesn't matter how much or whatever it is, but chants were done with African people. That's how the blues started, was from chants, And, you heard the railroad songs, that was all African influence. And Native Americans do the same thing. They have these chants and vocals, and it's like to bring the spirits to help them, or to pay respect to the spirits, or what have you. So you just got to think of your ancestors, your grandmothers, your grandfathers, and when you're chanting that, you're calling on their spirits, and you're asking for help, and to help guide you in this crazy, screwed up world we got. So think about that when you're doing the man. Hey, and sing it. So you ready? Back prayer. Rock of ages, let the spirits take you there. Dwell in the place of love, ancestors' home. Take the spirit and the flesh, offering our bones. Back to the heart, back to the heart, back to the back to the back to the heart of everything that it is. Back to the heart, back to the heart, back to the back to the back to the heart of everything that it is. Thank you, guys.
Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Keepers of the Flame is about telling stories of our past and keeping them going through the tradition. So if you have a story that you'd like to share in any way, whether it's through dance, through song, through poem, or if you're a story writer, get in touch with us and share your story with us. You can contact us at the link on the bottom of the screen. I would love to have you as my guest on the show.
I wrote this one, just give you a little background. I wrote this one because I was dealing with my gender issues, and it's like when you're transgender, you know, you only come out at night, and you know, because you're covered up like a 5 o'clock shadow, and you're wearing heavy makeup, and you know, you don't want anybody to know you, sees you, and all. So I likened myself to a werewolf, you know, because of that. So that's what this song's about. Some company. I don't want your blood, I just need a little company. Won't you sit down here beside me? I just need a little company. Daylight comes, I'm only human. I'm afraid of daylight. Daylight comes, I'm only human. I like howling at the moon. The moon don't shine when the sun is bright. Honey, I'm a werewolf, and I come out when the moon is bright. Daddy, I'm a werewolf, and I come out when the moon is bright. I put on my best fur coat, and don't it look good on me tonight? Well, I did not mean to scare ya. Come on out from under that bed. No, I did not mean to scare ya.
hold tight and I'll have for you until the morning light.
Is a healer. He's an amazing artist. These are his works, these two, and he will speak of it.
Esa gente que vivía antes
These people can live before.
podían hacer todo
They can do everything, anything,
con la pura mente.
only with the mind, with the king.
Se comunicaban a todas partes,
They can talk with the
estando
mind.
donde mismo.
Wherever they can communicate with everybody. Or later, we make a special ceremony when people pass up,
Y el espíritu
and the spirit
es presentado en los 4 lugares.
is presentado,
Is presented.
present in the 4 places,
De ahí es enviado hacia el lado norte
and from there they send to the north part.
para su paz descanse.
Like this, you can be in peace.
Para nosotros en el pueblo Vigárica,
For us in the village Wirrárica,
el espíritu venado
the spiritus for the deer
fue quien guió a los demás cuando después de que se inunda el planeta aparece tierra.
okay.
No, I think it's really clear.
Who guided the rest when they, I had a hard time hearing when they came.
Okay, the deer is the when is the beginning. ¿Me puedes repetir otra vez, perdón?
Se inunda el planeta,
Or when the water flowed,
se ahoga toda la gente
everybody
que habitaban.
drowned.
In the Great Flood.
In the great
No.
flood.
yes.
Okay, sorry, man.
Esa gente que vivía antes
These people can live before.
podían hacer todo
They can do everything, anything,
con la pura mente.
only with the mind, with the king.
Se comunicaban a todas partes,
They can talk with the
estando
mind.
donde mismo.
Wherever they can communicate with everybody, only with the thing.
Entonces, después de ser castigados,
And they was punished.
ellos quisieron seguir.
They wanna continue.
Entonces, después de andar en el agua,
And they was in the water.
buscan la parte centro del planeta,
They looking for the center for the planet
porque así les llegaba un mensaje.
because it's where they receive the message.
Cuando se normaliza el agua, baja
Whenever-
el mar,
When the water go down,
ellos aparecen
they show up
hacia el centro del planeta.
in the center of the planet.
Es donde tocan tierra,
It's when they touch the earth
en San Blas,
in
Nayarit,
San Blas, Nayarit,
México.
Mexico.
ellos suponían que era la parte centro.
They believed it was the center for the earth.
Y allí fue donde
Welcome back to Keepers of the Flame. I'm here with guest Suli Myrie. Hi, Suli, could you please tell us something about yourself?
Well, I am a professional actress in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. I am also an emerging screenwriter. I completed a screenplay that I co-wrote with my brother, and it was inspired from our move from a very urban area. We lived in Tacoma Park, and then we moved to Damascus, Maryland, which was 20 miles away, but the biggest culture shock on the face of the earth. And we just chose a unsentimental way of just portraying the culture clashes and gender clashes, generation clashes, all in this one film. So I've always had a passion for storytelling. My family's from Panama. I've never been to Panama, but I feel like I have been just off of the stories and the stories and the stories that come in. So when I do visit I'm planning a trip within a year, I feel like I'll be returning home.
Oh, very interesting. We would love to turn that into a show if you could bring in some footage.
Well, what's funny is it took us a while to hone the final script, but we have all these little stories that we have shelved to the side in case we want to develop it into a series or just some playful shorts to market the screenplay so that we can get it produced. So I'd be happy to lend you any footage that we acquire along the way.
That's totally awesome. That's really great. So in your ventures, is there anything else that you've done?
Well, at this point, I'm really just mentoring other young actors, and I'm planning on actually, when I said that I was going to make my return to Panama, I want to make it document it. I want to talk to my older relatives, like kind of gather all these stories.
Awesome.
I have an uncle who is like the keeper of the family tree. My mother's one of 8 children,
Wow.
So that's a lot of cousins and aunts and uncles and the history from how we migrated from. A lot of us came from Barbados, like my great-grandparents, they're from Barbados. So we know the story of why our people immigrated to Panama to work on the canal and all that, what all that entails. So there's a lot of Spanish first names and Anglo last names, and the accent is a mixture of Spanish and Caribbean, which there are plenty of tales just of the past that I just don't see, and I think they should be told. And I'm kind of tired of telling it one person to one person. I want to tell the masses and share like all the triumphs and the sadness and just the hilarity all in between.
So your way of telling stories is through writing and through film, and that's the way that people...
Yes, I get to spread the knowledge of my little niche of life. Like I said, I've been telling these stories all my life, and I'll make a small group of people laugh, and they'll share the stories maybe with somebody else. They'll say, "Oh, Suli, go tell them that story that you told me about your grandmother." And so, me being an actor, I just found that TV, film, internet is just a great venue to be able to just share with as many people as possible.
And you're totally right. Is there a story that you can share with us today, like maybe one that you can tell us about?
Well, I do have a story. It's not necessarily from Panama, but it's just a personal anecdote. You know how you have these cliches, and you wonder how cliches become cliches, but if you pay attention, you see how these kind of themes in life just continue to resurface. So, you know the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So a perfect example of this is years ago when I was about 10 years old, and we had recently moved to Damascus. And so my father's, he's an electrician by trade, but he also refurbishes homes. So one of his clients, a dentist that was moving, she had an old pool table, but it was a wreck. The green felt was threadbare and very dark and just pulling off. The wood had no luster. So he pushes it in the house, and of course my mother hates this. She's just like, I don't know why your father must bring all kind of trash up in here. I got a nice home and I want to keep it nice and clean. I don't know, that thing must have roaches. And she went on and on and on. And my father just completely ignored her, and sometimes they argued about it. But within 2 weeks, he transformed this ugly, dead-looking thing into a thing of beauty. And he put it in the basement. He's creating his man cave, so to speak. So it has a beautiful green felt. The wood is lustrous. He stained the cue rack, and he put even a little dartboard over it. And then my mother's like, oh, okay, well, this turned out pretty nice. Years later, my father decides he's going to refurbish the man cave. The pool table became more of an ornament, a piece of furniture, more than a thing of entertainment. Really, because there was no room with the walls to do a good side shot. You couldn't hit the wall like a come. He decided, okay, it's time to redo the basement. I'm just going to put this thing outside, and somebody will probably just grab it up. Now, I just started getting into the practice of selling and buying on eBay. And my mother was like, well, do you think you can sell that pool table on eBay and get something for it? Your father just want to throw it away. Before this was trashed her. Now it's worth something. And now, while it's trashed to my father. So my mother's just discussing this with my father. He's just like, I don't business. I just want to put it out there and get it out my life so I can get to work and fix the basement. But Franklin, we can get some money. And so he's just like, I don't business. You do what you're gonna do. I'm like, listen, just let me auction it for 7 days. And if nothing happens, then you can still put it outside. All right. Put it up, started the auction at $90, and the auctions are just coming in. Bids. It's pickup only because, frankly, I don't have the money to freight a big pool table. And so the day the auction closed, it ended on $350. And I'm driving in my car, and the gentleman calls me right away. So he's like, can I pick it up now? He's like, I'm ready now. I have my sons here to help move. I'm just like, oh yeah, my parents are home. This is right at their house. You just feel free to go up there now, call them, give them the heads up. And I call my father. I'm like, the gentleman is ready to pick up the pool table, and he has everything set in place. So he shows up, he has his big truck, and he has his 3 strapping young sons, and they come in right away, they take it, they pull it out, they shake my father's hand, they put $350 cash in his hand. And my father's happy. My mother is not happy. She calls me up and she's like, how your father get in on this? How he get the money? He wanted to throw it in the trash. And that's my example of trash and treasure, one and the same.
Wow, that was a really great story. Thank you for sharing that with us. So, Suli, is there any contact information you would like to give to the public that they can reach you at?
Oh, well, you can find me on Facebook under Suli Myrie. That's spelled S as in Sam, U-L-I, Myrie, M as in Michael, Y-R-I-E. And my email address is nu.power@hotmail.com. That's nu.power@hotmail.com. No capitalizations, no spaces or underscores.
That's really great. Thank you, Suli, for joining us today. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Keepers of the Flame. Thank you and have a great day. Goodbye. Keepers of the Flame is about telling stories of our past and keeping them going through the tradition. So if you have a story that you'd like to share in any way, whether it's through dance, through song, through poem, or if you're a story writer, get in touch with us and share your story with us. You can contact us at the link on the bottom of the screen. I would love to have you as my guest on the show.